Okay, I know. Everyone already hates Gabby, so what could I say that adds to the conversation? Well, at the end of the day, this video series is about a character pulling off an action that is complete bullshit, and something that doesn't fit into the show's established world and narrative. Gabby breaks the mold because I think the entire character of Gabby can and should have been cut right after the declaration of war battle, because everything she does after that point is bullshit. Gabby's character can be boiled down to one thing. She is a foil to Aaron. The Aaron of Marley, if you will. We get to see the world through the lens of a little girl who has been completely indoctrinated into Marleyan propaganda and pushes the ideals that were forced onto her by other people. We watch Gabby go through some crazy situations that lead her down a path of understanding that the Island Devils are just people. The same realization that Reiner and Aaron had. The difference is that with Reiner and Aaron, they take it one step further with understanding this truth of the world, but still desiring to kill the people on the other side, to save their side, to save the world as they knew it. But I'd say with how smart and complex of a show Attack on Titan is, that it didn't need to tell us this perspective through Gabby, because it just feels like a repeat of Reiner's arc, but it's just not as compelling as his. Gabby is meant to reinforce a lesson that we have already learned at this point, and during an amazing season, Gabby's scenes seem to only serve the purpose to slow down the pacing to a painful crawl during one of the slowest points in Season 4. An example of this is in episode 70, where pretty much the whole episode is focused on Falco and Gabby escaping into the woods and discovering an orphan family that just so happens to be ran by Sasha's father. I get that this is set up for the characters to inevitably be found out by Niccolo later, but the amount of time spent on conversations that basically boil down to Gabby, look, you've been brainwashed. It's just mind-numbing at this point. This isn't poorly done in the show at all, it just feels like we're being edged because the rest of the show is so good. Gabby's conversations and character do really shine here. It's just that it's trying to get this point across to the audience that the audience already knows. We have the whole story to learn and grow with Aaron. We are meant to like and sympathize with Aaron, and then come Season 4, we're meant to hate him. But me and a million other people still like Aaron, even after his shift. Gabby, being a foil to Aaron, is meant to be hated at her introduction, and then, later, liked because of how she changes by the end of Season 4. But there are a million people who still hate Gabby, so yes, she was a perfect foil to Aaron, but it's a character everybody hates. The only other point to her character is to be at the right place at the right time to shoot somebody, or just get rid of comic relief. On that note, we never needed Gabby to be the one to shoot Sasha. It could have been Falco. Now, it would be hard to rewrite the show to not have Gabby in it, but one of Gabby's other purposes is to be reckless and have Falco follow her, because Falco is the actual important character, but Asayama needed to have someone with half a brain put Falco in situations he'd never find himself in, all for the end goal of getting Falco to become the new Jaw Titan. I argue that it could have been simpler and better to have Falco venture onto Para D on his own. Allow me to take you through Falco's story, or in other words, the show without Gabby in it. The first 5 episodes of Season 4 could play out the same, but the only change being that Gabby is killed during Aaron's rampage. This would mean it's up to Falco to do 2 things. Firstly, to wake up Reiner, and secondly, to shoot Sasha. The way I see it happening is that Falco's attempts at convincing everyone to go and wake up Reiner fail, and it leads to him taking action, grabbing a rifle to go after him. With Falco being close to Gabby and being a smart kid, I think he could convince Reiner to get back up. When this happens, Falco will start to run away, but he stumbles onto something unfortunate. Captain Levi and a few other scouts preparing and talking with Zeke, right before boarding the blimp. Falco will get the idea that Zeke may be working with them due to how the conversation went, and before all the scouts move out, Falco is finally spotted by Sasha. Sasha hesitates, seeing that it is only a small boy in front of her as she resists shooting him. Falco, in desperation, shoots first, killing Sasha. This, however, leads to Falco being captured by the scouts, leading him to getting imprisoned on Para D, most likely spared because of something Zeke says due to his own attachment to Falco. If you don't like this, we could have this moment play out differently, with letting Gabby live and do everything the same, leading to Sasha's death, but instead of both the kids being captured, Flock or some of the other scouts kill Gabby. Flock even suggests this in the show, showing Flock's more brutal side, leading to even more tension between Aaron's friends and the rest of the scout regiment. However it goes down, we end up with Falco in prison on Para D. He doesn't seem to be the kind of character to kill a guard to break out, but any number of excuses could have been formed to lead to a successful escape, leading to Falco bumping into Sasha's dad's family and interacting with Kaya. The reason I wanted Falco to be the one who killed Sasha is because you can have Falco getting the wine in his mouth play out basically the same, but just replace Gabby with Falco. I think after that point you can have Falco's story play out the same all the way until Gabby would normally shoot off Aaron's head. That whole moment is kind of just for shock value, so really anyone could have taken the shot. But I could see it being Colt, Falco's older brother, who takes a shot before getting killed by the rumbling, or even expanding his character once Falco becomes the Jaw. So there you have it. Gabby can pretty much be written out of the story, and it would still make sense. Now it's finally time for me to talk about the bullshit. Her first remarkable shot is against Loboff, where she Apex Legends slides out of an alley and shoots him dead. She's even surprised she landed the shot.
I shot him down.
And don't forget the most famous display of MLG Gabby is when Aaron is running his ass off to touch Zeke, and in a moment, Gabby uses an anti-Titan rifle to shoot his head clean off. Let me break this down. The first time Gabby sees that gun, she asks,
Hey, what's with the big metal pipe?
So she clearly has no idea what it is or how to operate it. But she is trained in firearms, so let's not put it out of the realm of possibility that she could figure it out. First, the gun is undamaged, even though a Titan transformed right next to it. And let me tell you, fire and ammunition don't mix. Regardless, she proceeds to grab the scorching hot gun, knows how to set it up with the little kickstand thingies, and then perfectly aims with the apparently already focused sight in, I don't know, like a minute of time? She would have also been setting it up while Porco sacrificed himself. And based on the look of horror she has while watching Falco almost eat Reiner, I doubt she would have looked away and focused when Falco stopped almost eating Reiner and ate someone else she was super close to. As we continue on into the show, Gabby's honestly just an absolutely forgettable character. She doesn't do anything important until she shoots Flock, but that looked like a much easier shot than against Loboff, and she actually had ample time to set up, aim, and take down Flock. This was also the first time she didn't land a killing blow, and I wonder why. But toward the last few episodes, you can just tell her character arc is done, and now she's just someone in the background, to do nothing. Kind of like what Falco has become, but at least he has the Jaw, so I have a feeling he will be important. Wait. What? Because why? The female Titan can do what? Huh?